It's a new camera. Does close-ups and everything. I hope you don't have any pimples. You have a new camera?
Yeah.
Oh.
We could see a Voda brushed his teeth this morning.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was like John Cruz. Yeah, because he wrote that song. Oh, yeah. And then I had a circuit. I'll say it right now. Up the mountain, show off Always in the kitchen. Okay, you know my grandma like I'm going real soft. I love my grandma every minute, every go down the beach, I get your finger short. I can take all of me I turn around and go out for all the time. On the mountain, to the ocean from the
Yeah. That was
I mean, he's retired. Came out of Hawaii.
Yeah, we're a little bit.
Yeah. 16th century. Mostly European. Yes.
Wait a minute, it's fine. Forget about people say you learned it.
This information.
I'll go around.
Kind of like, okay, I'm gonna write something, do the mold, and then give you that. Here's something that says. So, right, which of course Cutter, who was on the phone, because he was the only one there.
Okay. Too many mute buttons.
Morning, everybody. Okay, how about now? There we go. Okay, good morning everyone and welcome to the Thought Center here in the local Kealakekua world. Blessed to be here another day. Looks like we've got a few newcomers. We've got a wonderful program for you today. Arliss Dudley-Cash is here. We'll be talking about gratitude and I'll introduce her in a little bit. In the meantime, traditionally we start our Sunday service with reading from Signs of Mind. Here comes Judy. She's going to give us it.
Aloha. Can you hear me now?
No.
Yes, sir.
I guess I'm on.
Yeah.
Totally neat. Oh, yes. Oh, I don't think that's. Oh, we have a new camera. Right. Am I? Oh. Oh. Whoa. It'll work like this. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Right? Are we on?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Aloha. Okay. This is from Science of Mind. It's for the 12th.
There's no sound.
Oh, no sound? Can you hear me now? No. I know I'm talking. I believe it. Oh! Never been not heard before. Usually, please, could you just calm down and not be so loud? No, it's all good. It's good. Abundance is oneness. I am the life of life. I am that cat, that stone. No one I see and know all times in all worlds as one, one, always one, oneness always. And that was from Rumi, who did so many beautiful poems. The great experiment is in our own mind. Here in the integrity of our own soul, in the simplicity of our own heart, we can prove that what the ages have longed for, lived for, and prayed for, that at last, though we have not known it and the world has not suspected it, divinity has temporarily closed itself in humanity. That's from Ernest Holmes, from The Spiritual Universe and You. The basic metaphysical principle of oneness is key to understanding the principle of abundance. The principle of oneness says there is an infinite intelligence out of which everything is created. And the nature of our universe is to have that intelligence evolving, developing, and expressing as its creation. We are one with this intelligence, the mind of Science of Mind. Being infinite, this mind contains everything. You and I are one with this mind, and our minds are its mind individualized. Since the universe is infinite, and since there can be no separation or limitation in an infinite, abundance is natural in the universe. The principle of abundance is nothing you have to earn to deserve. It is the natural order of things. Belief in separation and limitation can hamper our ability to express abundantly, but such beliefs do not change the nature of abundance. We live in an abundant universe, and we must learn to accept at a deep level that this is true. The obstacles to abundance are within each of us. There are limited beliefs and programming given to us by others who themselves believed in limitations. Some even seemingly as a virtue. But now we know better. We know that we are one with infinite spirit, and that abundance is the natural order of the universe, and of everyone and everything. Our affirmation, I'll read it once and then we can say it together. I know I am one with spirit. Therefore, abundance flows into my life in a natural and regular manner. I am enough and I have enough. I know I am one with spirit. I know I am one with spirit. Therefore, abundance flows into my life. Therefore, abundance flows into my life in a natural and regular manner. I am enough and I have enough. I am enough and I have enough. Mahalo.
Thank you, Jean. That was beautiful and very apropos, I think, every day of our lives. With that, we can all go home now. It's a very powerful statement, and if we do, we just naturally, abundance will flow to us, and it's up to us whether we want to cut it off or not, right? So let's take a few moments to ground, get centered here, and maybe reflect on the reading for a few moments. Feel your feet on the floor. Close your eyes if you like. Connect with the natural elements of sky, wind, ocean. Go inside for a few moments. Know very well when we can come back into the Okay, welcome once again, everybody. I'm Smithy. I'll be your facilitator this morning. And as I mentioned, Arliss will be our presenter, and we have Roboda gracing us with this music. Is there anybody here for the first time today? Oh, we're all open. Oh, a couple of people. Okay. Would you mind saying your name and introducing yourself?
Hi, Aneta, Uche, and Uche will be back in a couple weeks.
Jim.
I'm Jim. Welcome. And welcome back to everybody.
I'm Michelle. I'm just visiting Candy, my aunt. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. Welcome to all of you. Just a couple of housekeeping things. If you haven't already, please silence your phone. And another thing that's a little unique to New Thought here, when we appreciate what somebody says or the music or something, instead of clapping, we use the sign language universal with our hands. And this is a standing ovation. So with that, let's maybe hear another song from the voter.
So illumination, unlimited rejuvenation, infinite well-being. Shine your light, shine your love on us all. So illumination, unlimited rejuvenation, infinite well-being. Shine your light, shine your love on the soul. So shine your light, shine your love on us all. Shine your light, shine your love on us all.
That's quite all right. The appreciation is appreciated. Thank you for voting. That was good. Do you write mostly your own music? Do you write your own music?
That one I did.
Yeah, you did. Very nice.
Nice.
A little bit about new thoughts here for our newcomers. We're non-denominational. We welcome everybody. Your belief, your faith, your God. We don't, since the 1980s, we haven't had a regular pastor per se, but we invite people from various backgrounds, various interests, their experiences to come and speak each week. So we get a variety of beliefs, a variety of dogmas that people believe in that are inspiring to us. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm just feeling a little especially inspired this morning by the music, by Arliss being here and reading, and all of you. So with that, I think we'll transition into what we call miracles and ordinaries, which is where you're welcome to come up and share something that maybe you've experienced in the recent past that feels like, wow, that was really a miracle, that serendipity just happened and it was really cool. Or something kind of ordinary. Does anybody have an experience they're thinking about they would like to share with the rest of us? I can get it started a little bit. I was thinking during the reading about abundance and allowing abundance into your life, as we were pulling into the parking lot this morning, we were early, so there was a lot of parking spaces. Being kind of skin that I have, I'm a shade monster, so anytime I can find a parking spot with shade, it's wonderful. And so there was this lovely tree, and yeah, park there. And Joe said, well, no, we should maybe leave that for somebody else. Well, why would we do that? So I said, I understand that thinking, yes, maybe there is somebody else, like you leave a closer spot for somebody who might be more in need of it. And I thought, no, it was left just for us, and I'm going to appreciate this abundance that we have this great parking spot. So that was maybe a minor little ordinary. Is there anybody else who has something? I just appreciate that. So last week at the end of the service, I asked people to stay a few minutes to help us clean up. And within a few minutes, every single decoration is down and packed and all the way into the back room there. It's like, to me, that's a miracle. And also, I've always been the kind of person that has to do everything myself. I can't count on others. Well, this was a lesson for me that there is support out there. So that's another miracle. Very nice.
Aloha, good morning.
Aloha.
So it's not the usual when I think of miracle or ordinary, but my new housemate was telling a story yesterday morning, and I think it's been about a year since her partner passed. And she says he had this watch, just a digital watch, it's silver, and it just went missing. I said, really? This is interesting. She goes, yeah, I guess the lesson here is I don't need to worry about time. What's time anyway? And she is very regimented with all the things that she does. And I kind of thought about that too, is like, yeah, you don't need that. So I'm like, oh, interesting story. Okay, well, I'm gonna get to work now and do the things I gotta do on the farm. And I go in the house and I grab my 2 compost buckets and I walk them down and I say good morning to the doves and good morning to the mongoose, good morning to the plants. And I open up the container and I look in there and I'm like, oh yeah, it's really composting in there. And there's lily koi and avocado and all kinds of good stuff. No watch. So I dump one. And then I take the other buckets really full. And I've been kind of procrastinating. So I dump the bucket, sort of looking around the other way. And I look down, I'm like, what is that silver thing? Kind of all on the go. And I'm like, that's not what I think it is. It's all hot and juicy. And it's a watch. Wow. So I look up, I'm like, is this really just a practical joke? How does a watch get in my compost bucket? That means she would have been sleepwalking, going to the fire department. She said that meant when you did it. I don't know. She got her watch. I said, look at what I got. She couldn't believe it.
Nice.
You never know what you'll find in I thought you were going to share something.
That's a miracle.
Yep.
I got one more, Cindy.
One more, Cindy.
Cindy. Thank you.
So this is a real miracle for me and how the universe provides. So last year when I was in Mississippi, I went and got cataract surgery because when I was here last time, my eye doctor said, oh yeah, you can have it done. You just fly over to Oahu and stay, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, no way, Jose. So I thought, okay, so I had the cataract surgery and my eyes are really sensitive. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to go back there. What am I going to do? So I came here and I thought, can't we have a doctor here that can do the surgery? Why can't we have a doctor here that can do the surgery? And my friend is, oh, I'm having it, I'm going over, well, and I think, well, I'm glad you can do that. I just don't feel like it doesn't feel right to me. So I had a pile of magazines, and I love these magazines, and I put them, I have a spot where I put them, and I think, why am I stockpiling these magazines? I love them all, but I don't sit down and read them. I'm just always busy doing something, it seems like. Good stuff. So I had two on my office desk. I pick them up, go into the living room, and I see the one, and for some reason I open the cover, and there I see where Bennett Eye Care now has a cataract surgeon that comes from Kauai. But at first I look at the picture and I think, what is this guy doing here? I don't remember him. He looks out of place, and then I read he's a cataract surgeon. So I call and they go, oh, we don't have any appointments for a while. I go, I have limited time. Could you? Okay, so I have an appointment, and I am so happy. Hopefully I'll be able to get in next month and have it done, and I have enough time to make sure everything's okay before I leave. But I had been saying to the universe, please help. I need help here. And I received it. Thank you. It's awesome. So happy for you, Tony. Yeah. We can all identify with trying to find a doctor when we need one, and it can be a little challenging at times. Anybody else have something that they wanted to share with this today? Thanks for that.
Hello, everybody. It's interesting how they were saying how for what the stigma, right? This is a safe place. It's like every different religion. I happen to have grown up Catholic. Okay, I was Boston born, Roman Catholic. My mother did the Stations of the Cross every single day. Okay. And I'm married to a beautiful Jewish man. And my mom, and I remember this, she had Alzheimer's. And so she hated every man who dated, every single one. And she was a very good judge of character. Like she would say, no, he's attached to his mother's apron strings. No, he's a womanizer. No, my friends would bring people by, so Mom could basically tell them whether that was going to work. And so when, and my mom didn't know who anybody was except myself and my husband. Okay, she loved him that much. And when I told her we were getting married, she said, are you, do you have to be Jewish? And I said, no, Mom. She said, oh, wait, no, I take that back. Here's the thing. She said, she goes, is he Episcopalian? And I said, no, Mom. Is he Lutheran? I said, no, Mom. I said, Mom, he's actually Jewish. And she went, do you have to be Jewish? And I said, no, Mom. I said, his family have accepted me so totally. I said, because of God's love. All right. Who cares what you call him? My mom said, oh, good, I love him. And you know what? That was a miracle that started my relationship with my husband and his family. And we don't have any problems about it. And that's what brought me here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I think we have time for one more. If anybody else has something they'd like to share with us. Okay, well, thank you to everybody. And Ramona, if you would grace us with another song. Thank you.
Woman Ole, I saw you in my dreams. We were walking hand in hand on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. We were playing in the sun. We were having so much fun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. Sounds of the ocean soothe my restless soul. Sounds of the ocean rock me all night long. Those are long summer days, lying there in the sun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. Sounds of the ocean soothe my restless soul. Sounds of the ocean talk to me all night long. Last night in my dreams, I saw your face again. You were there in the sun on a white sandy beach of Hawaii. On a white sandy beach of Hawaii. On a white sandy beach of Hawaii.
Thank you, Ramona, wow, for classic song and such a beautiful rendition. Takes us right to the beach. Well, back here in the room, I'm going to introduce our presenter today. She's here with us for the first time, coming from Kohala Ranch, and just read you a little bit about her background. Where are we? Arliss Dudley-Cash, I believe her parents are here today. Thank you for coming. She joined Science of Mind. Well, she's a Science of Mind prayer practitioner, practicing gratitude which can align your thoughts with abundance, opening the door to a fulfilling and joyful year. This is going to be kind of an interactive talk, so we'll find out what that means. About the principles that empower you to create experiences rooted in love and positivity, starting with the simple yet profound act of giving thanks. She says she's been blessed to witness the transformative power of these teachings for about 10 years now. And she's passionate about sharing the teachings of science and mind in a way that inspires, uplifts, and empowers individuals and communities. Arliss is an international best-selling author. She's also a business consultant, self-love coach, an inspirational speaker, and self-love movement leader. With a background in business, neuroscience, and forensics. Her career expands over several industries, including operations management, research scientist, and death investigation. Arliss unites this eclectic background with her personal journey to overcome the odds and survive terminal diagnosis. Her award-winning presentations include topics on extreme self-love, mindful business practices, and body positivity. She is a big believer in the magic of our individual stories and the power of storytelling to effect positive change in this world. In 2021, she co-founded the Body Positive podcast, which she hosts with her colleague Diana Gurmillion. Recently, Arliss was honored to be accepted into the Science of Mind Ministerial School, as well as the Doctorate of Religious Sciences program at Emerson Theological Institute in Oakhurst, California. And she says that these opportunities mark an exciting new chapter in her spiritual journey, and she's deeply committed to sharing and living the principles of love, gentleness, and compassion in service to our world. So, with that.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here today. I come from a very small community, and when I say very small, about a year ago, we had about 8 people that would meet on Sundays. Okay, so we were very small. And seeing all of you here today, it almost brings tears to my eyes to see that there are this many people that want to come together in the belief that we all love each other, that we can all accept each other in some way, shape, or form. And so it's an absolute honor and pleasure to be here with all of you today. So I want to start by asking you all, and I don't normally have my notes so specific, but it was my 40th birthday last week, and I didn't have as much time to practice. So thank you all for your patience with me. I want to start by asking, do you believe that gratitude can lead to joy?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we forgot the question. I was wondering if that was
I forgot the question. This is normally what we do before the presenter, but she's got it all warmed up now. So the question that we want to ask you, we'll pass the microphone. If you just want to say your name and answer in one word if you can. We've got kind of a crowd to get through today, so answer the question in one word. So our question today is,
what brings you joy?
What brings you joy? Okay, Cindy, I'll start us off, and so many things, joy, nature.
I am contour, Quechuan, condor, Quechuan. That's a pronunciation of condor, Quechuan. What brings me joy is Pasha.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Well, I was gonna say, so I'm Pasha.
I was gonna say what brings me joy is birds, and of course, condor is a bird.
What brings me joy is my immediate family, my wife and my daughter.
What brings me joy? Being in the ocean. Arliss Dudley.
Bill Dudley-Cash. She's named after me.
And Bayana, and the ocean brings me joy.
Good morning, it's Nance. Tasha brings me joy.
I'm Joe and sailing. S-A-I-L-I-N-G, not sailing.
Shayna, feeling love. What brings me joy? Helping others, being my true self, realizing who I truly am, and being with like-minded people that share that love and that compassion and that understanding.
I'm Palmer. Well, Tony stole 3 of mine, so I'll have to say Tony brings me joy.
Hi, I'm Stephen. I believe it's giving.
I'm Jan, and being out in nature and kitty cats.
Aloha, my name is Reagan, and it brings me joy to make my wife laugh.
I'm Karen, and ocean, yes, but maybe sharing adventures with others. Fun.
Hello, I'm Jimmy, and my joy is my new grandchild, who's 5 months old. And seeing him smile when he sees me making funnies.
I'm Lloyd. What brings me joy is just being together with people who we resonate together.
I'm Candy. All of life gives me joy.
I'm Michelle. What brings me joy is my grandson, nature, and helping people on that healing journey, because it helps me and brings me joy too.
Annetta. And what brings me joy is being loved by a man fully.
I'm Jim, and what brings me joy is to watch my wife when she gets very passionate about what she does, and the passion that she has for something. To see a person with that much interest in something is very joyful to me. And also watching my students learn and grow is very exciting to me.
Vibora, realization, self-realization.
Jamie, it's really hard to pick one word. The ocean.
Well, I'm Patty. Family and nature.
I'm Faith and my cats.
I'm Komikai and my faith. I'm Vivek, and the fact that I'm loved brings me joy.
I'm Katie. I would say, the love of God brings me joy, and my precious nephews and nieces who are little babies. They're so precious.
Good morning, Eddie. Love and connection.
Aloha, I'm Marcus. Again, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon with my love for Eddie and the joy it brings me and our family, our son and granddaughter. And having that joy helps me to radiate that love with others in our circle.
I'm Elaine. What brings me joy are newfound friends that I've discovered that make me laugh. And my little dog, Stevie.
I'm Dama, and connection through music brings me joy. I'm Jean, and connecting with all and being appreciative and love and dolphins.
I'm Terry, my cats, and my hope.
I'm Charlie, and what brings me joy is my partner and hugs.
Aloha, I'm Kathy, and what brings me joy is empathy in others and empathy in myself. I'm Lexi, and what brings me joy is giving and receiving love and laughter and being present and appreciating every moment. That's it. That's it. That's it. Did we get everybody? Perfect. Okay. Arliss, back to you.
Thank you. Well, it's really obvious that everyone here has a practice of gratitude on some level, and that you also know what brings you joy on some level, which is really special because not everybody does. I speak to people all the time, and they literally take 10, 15 minutes even coming up with one thing that brings them joy. So you guys are amazing, and we're going to do the first woohoo of the afternoon. So on the count of 3, I'm going to invite you, if you want to give a big woohoo for all this joy in this room. 1, 2, 3. Love it. So sometimes gratitude and joy can get easily overlooked, especially when we are really focused on our goals or on our day-to-day activities. Anybody here have a to-do list that feels like it's never going to end, right? And guess what? It's never going to end. But here's the truth. Gratitude has the power to change everything. It does. It has the power to change everything. And it transforms how we see the world and how we interact with each other. And most importantly, how we experience life. And gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's an intentional practice, a way of tuning into the abundant that's already present in our lives. And here's the best part. Gratitude, as all of you have already said, is this gateway to joy. And a lot of times we get lost in happiness instead of focusing on joy. And let's just take a moment and send that loving energy to that sound we heard. Yeah. Knowing that that loving energy is with them. So sometimes we get focused on happiness, and happiness is something that's outside of ourselves. Anybody felt like, if I just buy that new shirt or get that new car or get that new job, I'm finally going to feel happy. Anybody ever felt that way before? By the way, I felt that way before too. And when we get it, it's usually very fleeting. It's only a glimpse of that moment happens. Whereas joy is sustaining, and we can feel joy for years after we've experienced something, right? And we're actually going to talk about that later. But can anybody just, if we close our eyes, can you think about something that's happened a day ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, that still brings that feeling of joy within you? Yeah, go ahead and open your eyes. See, joy is something that is within us, and it is created through connection. One of my favorite books is The Book of Joy by the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Anybody ever read it? It's really, really good. If you have audiobook, I highly recommend, because the Dalai Lama and Archbishop Desmond Tutu recorded it, and you get to hear the Dalai Lama laugh, which is like one of my favorite sounds on the planet. It's so good. So anyway, what they say is that gratitude is one of the 8 pillars of joy. Gratitude shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is present, from scarcity to abundance. And when we live with gratitude, joy becomes a natural byproduct. We can't help but experience joy when we're grateful. We just can't even help it. It just happens within us. Ernest Holmes believed that the mind created our experience of life, and that gratitude is a powerful tool for directing our thoughts. He stated, when we give thanks, we harmonize with the law of good, and we create an atmosphere in which joy can thrive. So practicing gratitude clears mental clutter, and it fosters a sense of peace, allowing joy to arise effortlessly. So whether this is a heartfelt thank you, a gratitude journal, or just pausing to savor life's moments, or one of my favorites, showing appreciation towards ourselves. And yes, gratitude is for ourselves as well. It's not just external. This can be the ticket to growing more joy in our lives. And even more than that, it can lead to a healthier and more connected life. Anybody here want more joy in your life? Show of hands. I know, couldn't we all use a little bit more joy in our lives? So I'd like us to practice this. So I'm a very hands-on, let's get our hands in the dirt, do the stuff to actually practice. And I'm gonna get to learn as much from all of you today as hopefully you learned from me. So we're gonna start off, and I'm gonna pass these out. So I'll put half going this way, if you can pass them around. You're welcome to just use it as a guide, or if you want to take out a pen, you can take out a pen and write on it if you'd like. And I'm going to grab some pens. So if anybody needs a pen, excuse me, I'll start here and you can pass it. So you can write on it if you wish, or you can just use it as a guide. And I'd like to take a moment, and we're going to practice gratitude together. And I'd like you to think about, and if you're online with us today, you can do the same thing. The worksheet says at the top, what are you grateful for today? So I'd like you to take a moment and think about, what are you grateful for today? What's happened that has brought that feeling of connection, of joy, of love, of feeling abundant, or feeling oneness, like you're connected, feeling whole in yourself. So go ahead and write that down if you are choosing to write. And if you're choosing to just hold it in your mind, you're welcome to do that too. Does everybody on this side of the house have a pen if you want one? Do you want one? No? Okay. Yeah, so I'd like you to take a moment and think about, what are you grateful for today? What has brought you a sense of love, of connection, of oneness, of wholeness, of abundance? Wonder, a smile. And it doesn't have to be anything grand. Sometimes the things that stand out to us the most are the simple things. So I'd like to ask a couple people if you'd like to share what you're grateful for today. Would anybody over here on this side of the room like to share something you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for I'm grateful for my singing bowl having a play date with the Youth Class Center of Hawaii's this morning.
I love that. I'm not even sure it's on. I love that. Let's see here. Yes, that's amazing. Let's give that a big woohoo. Woohoo! That's fabulous.
It wasn't on, but it's on now.
Thank you. What are you grateful for?
Just I'm grateful for my breath.
Yes, grateful for the breath. Let's give that a big woohoo.
Stephen again. I'm grateful nobody was at all seriously hurt out there.
Yes.
That's it. And every morning I'm grateful when the sun comes up and I look at all the trees and I hear the morning doves going off and it's like so peaceful. It just feels the vibration, the inspiration of nature.
Yeah, I love that. Let's give that a big woohoo. Would anybody over here like to share one? Okay, we'll go here. I'll be next time.
Hi, I'm Joe. We have this bird, it's a cardinal, and the song of that cardinal brings me joy.
Yeah, I love that. Let's give that a big woohoo.
I'm Marcus, and I'm grateful to wake up in the morning in a wonderful home, a great bed, and just being here another day, and hearing the animals waiting for me to get out of bed and to greet me, and having my tea ready.
Yeah. Let's give that a big woohoo. Okay, one more over here.
I'm grateful. When I heard the crash, I don't know why I run to accidents and I don't like scary, I don't like. But just something told me to get up there, and it was a good thing because he was still in the road, and they were all okay. Everybody's okay, but I said you need to get your car out of the road so that we don't stop traffic. And they're all okay, but we're from Canada. I go, anyway, and so I'm grateful that I ran up there even though I didn't know why.
Yeah, let's get that a big woohoo. Wonderful, wonderful. So all of you have so much to be grateful for. And I'm the type of person that I absolutely love the spiritual reason why gratitude is so important. And I love the soulful reason why gratitude is so important. And in my heart of hearts, I'm a big old nerd. Anybody here a nerd? Yeah, I love the facts and the figures and the why do we do this? How is it going to help our body? How is it going to help our minds? And so I'm going to tell you how gratitude helps. So let's dive in a little deeper into the science behind gratitude and joy. So gratitude is basically your brain's best friend. And science shows that gratitude is not just polite. It's also powerful. And these are the ways that it impacts us physically and mentally. Gratitude gives your brain a boost. When you practice gratitude, your brain releases serotonin and dopamine, the same feel-good chemicals that create joy. And think of it as giving your brain a big high five. So every time you express gratitude, you are giving your brain exactly what it needs to feel good. It also helps you sleep better. It gives heart support by lowering blood pressure. It brightens the mood. It also reduces stress, and it allows people to be more resilient. So in my day-to-day practice, I'm a business consultant, and I work with entrepreneurs all the time. And there was a study that came out in 2020 of entrepreneurs that had survived the COVID shutdowns. And they looked at all the data, right? How much money they had in their bank account before they went into COVID, how many employees they had, how many vendors or clients they had, and all of this different stuff. And they also looked at the emotional profiles of the entrepreneurs. And it wasn't how much money they had that helped them survive COVID. It wasn't how many clients they had. It was resiliency on the part of the entrepreneur, which comes from being able to express gratitude and self-compassion. Wow. That allowed them to survive better than other entrepreneurs that weren't showing that. This self-compassion and gratitude is this powerful force that helps in so many ways that we don't even see necessarily. Not to mention that gratitude is one of the pieces that improves emotional intelligence. Anybody hear emotional intelligence here? So emotional intelligence can be increased. Not like, so IQ can't be increased, or at least they say that, but emotional intelligence can. And for every point of emotional intelligence an entrepreneur increases, research has shown that they increase their revenue by $1,400. What? What? Are you kidding me? All I have to do is be grateful and be nice to myself and self-compassionate, and I'm going to be in less stress. My brain's going to be happy, and I'm going to make more money. I know, right? So gratitude is this amazing practice that that can grow so many things in our lives, including joy. Harvard did an 80-year-old study on happipiness, which revealed that gratitude and positive relationships, not wealth and not success, are the strongest predictors of a joyful, fulfilling life. Gratitude connects us to others, and that connection is the foundation of joy. So let's give that a big woohoo. So you might be asking yourself, if it's this awesome, and it's something that's so easy to practice, we did it in like a minute or two earlier, and we all knew what it was. We all knew what gratitude was. We all knew how to do it. We all knew what made us joyful, which is astounding. You guys are amazing. Okay. Then why aren't we doing it all the time? Why aren't we doing it all the time? And why aren't we expressing joy all the time if we know that it's there? Well, just because we have had this feeling in the past doesn't mean that we are making it a priority. Just because we have the skill doesn't mean that we're making it a priority. And this is because our brain needs more than just an experience to create an actual change. And we all know that. Anybody here ever decided that you want to go walking once a day, or you want to meditate daily? Did you get there by just thinking about it? No, darn it. We actually have to put it into practice. And one of the ways that we can start to put this into practice is by priming our brains for gratitude and joy. And Dr. Shauna Shapiro, she wrote another amazing book. And she has come up with a practice of priming our brains for joy. And we're going to practice it together today. So I'm going to tell you what the steps are, and then we're going to practice together. Does that sound fun?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, come on, we can do better. Yeah. Does that sound fun? Okay. Awesome. Let's go. So the first step of practicing is setting an intention to experience more joy. The intention to remember the feeling of joy is powerful. Okay. So setting the intention to feel more joy, but also practicing the remembering of that feeling of joy, which we did a little bit earlier today. The second step is attention. Turn your attention to the experience of joy when it happens for at least 20 seconds, which is 3 full breaths in order to move that experience to long-term memory. Okay, so we're going to practice that together, what it means to take 3 full breaths. Okay, so we're going to go 1 in and out, 2, and 3. So imagine the next time you experience joy that you take the time for 3 full breaths in that joyful moment to move it from our short-term memory to our long-term memory. And the last step is attitude. Take on an attitude of curiosity. I personally love Sherlock Holmes, Inspector Clouseau. You can think of whatever curious person you've ever seen in media or in your life, but I literally imagine myself when I'm doing these meditations, putting on my little hat, I have my little stovepipe. I don't smoke, but I have it. And I think about, what am I smelling right now? Or what did I smell back then? What did I hear? What did I feel? Was I touching anything? Did I taste anything? For my 40th birthday, my mom made me gluten-free chocolate chip cookie ice cream sandwiches. Talk about a joyful moment. Okay? Okay, I will remember those the rest of my life. And using all of our senses to really have our brain move this experience of joy into our permanent memory. How powerful does that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, come on, guys. How powerful? Yeah. Okay, we're going to practice it together today. So I'd like you to go ahead and get in a comfortable position and close your eyes. And I want you to think back to a joyful moment. Knowing, think back to it, we're already grateful for it. We're already practicing gratitude just thinking of it. And bring that joyful moment forward. And ask yourself, what do I see? And try to see the details. Maybe you see people around you and you can notice what they're wearing or how their hair looks. Maybe you see nature around you and you can see the color of the leaves or the color of the ocean. Now ask yourself, wait, what do you smell? Do you smell fresh baked chocolate chip cookies? Maybe it's a perfume of somebody you love. Maybe it's the smell of the ocean. Or incense. Now ask yourself, what do I hear around me? Is it waves? Or birds? Or laughter? Loving words? Or the crackle of a fire? Now ask yourself, what am I touching? Can I feel the sand beneath my feet? Can I feel the cold of the ice cream on my tongue? Can I feel the pressure of holding another's hand? And then lastly, do you taste anything? Maybe you taste ocean water in your mouth. Maybe it's a Coke Zero, because that just made that day perfect. Maybe it's fresh water. And ask yourself, what were you feeling in this joyful moment? Take a moment to be in that moment just a little bit longer, soaking in all those details. And when you're ready, I invite you to come back to this here and now, this space, and go ahead and open your eyes. Welcome back, everybody. You just primed your brain for joy, which means that you are more likely to experience more joy in your life. Because the more our brain can recognize what it is, the more we're going to experience more of it. And I just want to celebrate all of you. That's a huge accomplishment that you just did. Let's give that all a big whoop. So I have to be honest, and I didn't always understand the power of gratitude. At one point in my life, I was so focused on chasing happiness that I ran myself into the ground, literally. At 28 years old, I was bedridden with a rare genetic condition and told that I may not survive another year. And I had lost everything I thought I needed to be happy. I lost most of my physical possessions. I lost my job. I lost my home. But in that stillness, I discovered gratitude. And I began to notice the simple joys I had overlooked for years, like the sunset, or the sound of a loved one's laughter, the love of a friend. Gratitude became my lifeline. It became my connection to the world, to something greater than myself. And that's when I found joy. And it was when I was not chasing happiness anymore, but embracing the gifts that I already had within me. All of you are incredibly gifted people. Even without knowing you personally, I know that that is true. You're all incredibly gifted people. So one of the ways that I really tapped into that joy in that really dark time of my life was using a really simple tool that we're all going to use today, which is a tool that Ingrid Vattel-Lee wrote about in her book, Joyful. And she says there's one question that can significantly increase the joy you feel in your day. And that question is, what is the silliest part of your day? Because silliness is joyful. And once we start asking ourselves and others this question, we will start to look for more silliness in our days. So I want to ask you guys, you can write it down on your sheet if you want to, but I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, what is the silliest part of your day? Okay, so yesterday I went to feed my dogs. They get wet food 3 times a day. They're very, very pampered puppies. Okay, I am a puppy mama. And I went to put the wet food in their bowl and it flicked out onto the floor, and then I grabbed it and it flicked off the thing again, and then it flicked off the thing again, and I finally got it into the bowl, and the dog looked at it like it's been on the floor and I'm not sure I'm gonna eat it. And that was the silliest part of my day yesterday. And guess what I was doing that whole time? Laughing. I was laughing so hard. A couple of years ago, I tried to paddleboard, which I'm terrible at. And I would get on and I'd put my knees on the board and I'd try to sit up and I'd fall off. And I'd laugh so hard, and then I'd get on and put my knees on the board and then I'd fall off. And I did it about 20 times. I've never laughed so hard in my life. Would anybody like to share their silliest part of the day?
Looking in the mirror.
Hey! If you get to smile and laugh, sure. What else? Anybody else want to share a silly part of their day?
I had a Lomi from Swami Mommy downstairs, and I laughed for 3 hours.
I love that. I love that. So I want to invite you to take this tool forward with you after today. And maybe even write it on a little piece of paper or cut it out of the worksheet and put it up on your fridge or on your mirror or on your car rear view mirror. And ask yourself throughout the day what the silliest part of your day is, and see if you can't just help but laugh a little. See if you can't but help smile a little. So this brings us to our last practice of today. And this is not the least aspect of cultivating the power of joy, but it is one of the most important, actually, and that is self-compassion. I believe everything we do in our lives that goes outside of us, it all starts here first, okay? We think so much about gratitude externally, and we are so grateful. I am so grateful for everybody here. oh, I just feel so full of love. But guess what? I appreciate myself for being here. I am grateful for how I show up in the world. And I am grateful for each one of you and how you show up in the world. Dr. Kristen Neff explains that self-compassion involves relating to yourself in a way that allows you to become more emotionally flexible and able to navigate challenging emotions and embrace your connection to self and others. Anybody ever have challenging emotions or challenges in life? Yeah. Wouldn't it nice to feel a little bit more flexible? Feel like they were just a little bit more easy. Not 100% more easy, like 1% more easy. We can do that by showing ourselves compassion. Anybody else have human moments? Or maybe you feel like you say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing or forget something or anything like that. Any humans in the room? Oh, my dad's not human. I've always known that. We all have those human moments. When we show ourselves compassion, we get to experience interacting with ourselves like we are our best, most trusted friend. Because guess what? That's who we are. That is exactly who we are to ourselves. We are our best, most trusted friend. We speak positively to ourselves. We show ourselves kindness. We care for ourselves. And we focus on what we're grateful for within and how we appreciate how we show up in the world. So I want you to take a moment. And the last step on our worksheet today, and if you're at home, you can take a moment too, and write a small love note to yourself, okay? Not with any qualifiers and no negative verbiage, okay? Something like, aloha, beautiful friend of mine, Arliss. I am so grateful for your willingness to stand up in front of 40 people and talk about stuff and not faint. I'm just so grateful that you did that, right? Whatever it is that you want to say that you're grateful for yourself today. Take a moment. If you're not going to write it down, I want you to really think about what that is inside so that you can remember. Would anybody like to share what they're grateful for within themselves today? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm grateful that I'm open-minded.
Yes. She's grateful that she's open-minded and open-hearted. Let's give that a big woohoo. Would anybody else like to share what they're grateful for? Yes.
In the spirit of wordsmithing, grateful means full of greatness.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Right?
Yeah. So I'd like you to put this note somewhere, have it as a practice, and realize that this is a gift from yourself, a gift of love for yourself. Gratitude is more than a practice, it's a way of life. When we focus on what we have instead of what we lack, and we unlock a profound sense of joy, we connect more deeply with ourselves, with others, and with the beauty of the world around us. I want you all to remember that gratitude is a pathway to joy, and the best part is that it's always available to you. You do not need anything external in order to experience it. I want to thank you all for sharing this time with me today and for sharing all of your expressions with me today. It's a real joy to get to know your community more, and I look forward to being here more often and being able to spend more time with you. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow. I think I can speak for all of us. We're grateful for you today, Arliss. That was very, it's something we all know, and you've made it easier, I think, for us to practice it, and going forward, hopefully we can all carry that wonderful message with us. Thank you. And we do hope you come back.
Okay, we'll bask in that feeling that we created for ourselves. And as we do so, we'll pass the koa bowl, any offering that you feel moved to give to your thought center so we can continue these wonderful services and keep the lights on, whether it's a monetary donation or just your wonderful thoughts. Gratitude, which is blessed here. Raboda, if you would treat us with a song as we pass the ball.
Oh,
Thank you for that wonderful song, Raboda. All right, we've got some exciting things coming up here at Youth Center, Youth Thought Center. As you all know, because you're here, we have service on Sundays. You can also, if you can't attend in person, you can find us online, youththoughtcenterofhawaii.com, and we're live streaming. Okay. Let's see, next Sunday, we have on the 19th, Nancy Shipley Rubin, who will speak about the ultimate freedom. And Colleen Yost will be providing music on that day. Following week on the 26th, we have Annetta Luce, and she'll be speaking about using the body as a source of spiritual knowledge. The history of the body is longer than any culture, with music by Sakshi Thayer. And there's also an afternoon workshop for that if you're interested. Check it out online. We have a weekly Chai Chi and Qigong classes on Mondays from 4:30 to 5:30 with Jenna and Long. As far as our monthly regular events, we have a potluck right here on the lanai after service on the last Sunday of the month. The next one is the 26th. You can come. Great opportunity for fellowship, sharing food, and crystal bowl meditations. We had one. This is the second Sunday, so we had one this morning. Those take place from 9 to 9:30 right here in the room. And some special events that we have coming up. I mentioned Nancy Shipley Rubin's workshop, which again, look online for that. And it's here, the alignment from 1:30 to 4:30, right here on the lanai. Suggestion of $35 for that workshop. Then on the 26th, Anetta Luce has Using the Body as a Source of Spiritual Knowledge. That's in the Holy Room. And then Sunday, coming up next month, February 9th, we have our annual membership meeting and luncheon. If you've been to New Thought a few times, maybe you got to know us a little bit, you want to join as a member, that's a wonderful opportunity to do that. There are sign-up sheets, I think, on the entry table, and you can also find them online. Tony, did you, I don't want to put you on the spot here, but Pasha says you're quite familiar with the membership process and how wonderful it is to be a member. Would you care to speak to us a little bit about that?
Sure.
Thank you. This is called showing up and appreciating the spontaneity.
You've probably heard my spiel before, but there's some new people, something new happening. And I look at New Thought this way. When I first started coming here, I would come and listen to the speakers, and it was really nice. And then as soon as we got done, I'd hightail it. It's like, I don't need to hang around here. And as time went on, everybody won my hearts. And the more I showed up, the more fellowship I had, and I liken it to a relationship. So it's like you have a partner, and you love your partner, and everything's good. It's like, I didn't want to necessarily get married again. I was fine the way things were. But, once we decided to do that, I made a commitment, and that commitment changed everything. It really did. Making a commitment means different things for different people. And you know what? We don't charge anything. You don't have to change anything about you, who you are, what nationality, what religion, what not religion, whatever. And you know what? It's a bunch of sweet, loving, kooky people that all have our strengths, our weaknesses, but when we come together, it brings out the best in all of us. That's what I think. That's how I feel. It increases the love. I mean, you talk about all of that she just talked about. How do you wire that? You can do that by coming here every week and then bringing it home for what you got into. But really and truly, think about the possibility of joining us. We'd love to have you. You don't really have to do much of anything, and just show up and just be who you are. So consider becoming a member. We'd love to have you. Was that good, Pasha? Okay. See, I'm seeking affirmation of it. Thank you, Tony. That was wonderful for writing it. So, we also have a prayer ministry here. So if you've got yourself or someone that you know who could use a few extra prayers, we have a prayer box right there on the table. Go over, you can write a little message on there and put it in the box, and the ministry will pray for you or whoever you mention. You can also do it online. thoughtsandriverhawaii.com. You can also go to our website or sign the book at the entry table to get our weekly newsletter, and that'll tell you what's going on, what's coming up, and just pretty much everything I just said. So, the last thing is we normally take our presenter out to lunch, which we're going to do today. Would anybody like to raise your hand if you're thinking about it? Yes, I would like to do that.
Where are you going?
Oh, we're going to Corner Pocket. Oh, now we're
Where are we going?
two hands, but you can only count once. So
No, I
have two people here. Oh, okay. Okay, about 6 people, great. And one other thing I wanted to ask you, Arliss, about podcast. If is that still something you're doing?
So our body positivity podcast. Thank you. So the Body Positivity podcast, we haven't put out a new episode for a little while, but it's up, and there's about 2 years of episodes where we interviewed different people from all over the world around body positivity. I also have another podcast called Building Business with Soul. It has about a dozen episodes for it. If you are a business owner and want to learn more about growing business. Is this also where I do announcements?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm starting ministerial school in May. And my intention is to be of service to the center to the extent that I'm able to, and to the extent that the center wants me to be, in the sense of just being of service in any way that is. I get to do internships through my ministerial training, and it would just be an honor to be of service and to get to know all of you better. So that's one announcement. So my intention in being here today is just to see all your amazing faces and to be able to grow that. And then I am offering a class starting in February on self-love for women. So if anybody wants to know more about that, that's great. And then one of the things that I do at my home center is on the days that I present, if anybody is looking to do prayer with a prayer practitioner, short prayers, after service today, I'll go find a quiet corner, and you're welcome to come over, and I will happily and joyously pray with you.
Is there such a thing as quiet?
Thank you. Did anybody else have any more announcements? Yes, sir. Okay, very good. And we'll conclude as usual with our Aloha song. And you can all rise and join in the circle. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.